Hello, dear students. This is Sushma Singh from Booster Classes, and I welcome you back on this channel with a very big heart. Believe me, students, you all will be greatly benefited from today's session, wherein I'm going to give you a detailed analysis of a very remarkable poem written by a prize-winning Welsh poet, Leslie Norris. The name of the poem is A Tiger in the Zoo from First Flight book of CBSE Standard 10. Before moving on to the paraphrasing of the text, the theme and the tone of the poem, let me give you the introduction of the poem. Actually, in this poem, the poet has given an apt description of a tiger, which is a creature of the wilderness and has an awe-inspiring body. In his heart, the tiger wishes to be in the wild, that is jungle. So, it is a shame and unjust that such a powerful, agile and untamable animal should be caged. This poem emphasizes that caged life of a tiger is a stark contrast to that of a free tiger that lives in a forest. Thus, the poem explains the agony and helplessness of a caged tiger. Now, take a look at the theme of the poem. It conveys a strong message to stop cruelty to animals. Animals should be left to live in their natural habitat instead of being forced into a life of captivity by man. It is unjust to remove animals from their natural habitat. This poem also highlights the theme of the need to conserve wild animals and the great importance of freedom. Not only humans, but animals too cherish freedom. Considering the tone and the style of this remarkable poem, we see that the tense tone represents the regret and suppressed anger. And the simplicity of all the five stanzas, each made up of 4 lines, makes the plight of a tiger caged in a zoo not only vivid but also intensive. The rhyming scheme of all the 5 stanzas is ABCB. Now, let's move on to the explanation of line 1 to 4 with critical comments. The poem begins with a vivid description of a tiger that has bright colored skin with distinct stripes on his body and velvet-like soft paws that is very apt for hunting as it is noiseless. And we see that the tiger is sprawling inside his concrete cell very slowly and silently in a helpless manner because he is inside the cage. The tiger can walk only a few steps as his movement is limited in this cage, which is not at all his natural habitat. He is quite feeling uneasy, unhappy and furious as his freedom has been curtailed. However, the tiger is unable to give vent to his anger and is compelled to bear his grudge without any outward display of it. The tiger just wishes to be living a lordly existence instead of a life in captivity. In the second stanza, you will find that the poet is merely drawn by Tiger's true personality, which is his ferocity and strength. So, the poet says that the tiger being a denizen of the jungle, its true and rightful place is in the heart of the forest. Keeping them in a zoo is against their nature. In their natural habitats, they behave and live naturally. The poet is filled with pity and says that if he had been in the woods, he would have been lurking in the shadows and amidst a tall grass near some water body. This ferocious animal should have been using this tall grass and shadows as necessary covers to keep his movement undetected in order to get his favorite hunt, that is, a plump deer. The poet also says that if the tiger fails to find any prey in his natural habitat, he can make his presence felt in the village situated on the edge of the forest. He can terrorize the villagers by showing his long, sharp white teeth and claws and snarling around the houses. The poet here gives a clear indication to humans that if they destroy the forest, the tigers will be forced to turn to villages to get their food. In this stanza, that is stanza number 4, the poet goes on to describe the existence of the tiger inside the zoo. The poet seems to lament on how the strength of this fearless and royal creature of the wild has been placed behind the bars. His powerful and strong body is of no use to him. He is completely helpless. The tiger now lives a caged existence and has lost his pride, that is, his fearlessness and strength, and even his freedom. He is sad and ignores the glances of the curious and irritating visitors at the zoo because he does not like to be a source of entertainment for the visitors. It does not appreciate humans coming to look at it. Indeed, the tiger enjoys terrorizing people. The tiger seems to have resigned himself to his fate. In stanza 5, we find that the poet ends the poem on a soft, sad, and moving note. Looking at its deeper meaning, we find that night had fallen and the visitors had also left. Silence prevailed in the zoo. But even at night, the tiger could not sleep because he remained disturbed due to the noise of the patrolling cars which guard and take rounds in the zoo for upkeep of its safety. The tiger is seen helplessly and sadly lifting his brilliantly glowing eyes upwards towards the sky to look at the brilliant stars and longs for freedom. This confined life has entirely changed the personality of the tiger. The poet uses the term brilliant twice in the stanza to bring out the similarity between the stars and the tiger's eye. Just like the stars shine brightly in the sky, similarly, the tiger's eyes shine brightly at night. It also highlights the tragedy that the tiger who is born free is encaged, unlike the ever free stars. This poem is noted for the remarkable use of various poetic devices which have effectively enhanced the beauty of this poem. In this slide, students, you can find all the literary devices used in this poem are mentioned along with explanation for your better understanding. You can simply note them down and try to understand. And yes, if you have liked the video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for watching.